everybody, this is The Horror Sickness and I'm finally back with another update. Probably should have been much sooner. As far as I can remember, the last one was back 2 months back. Also, probably should have more things to show to say that it has been 2 months, but what I do have to show is pretty cool, or in my opinion is pretty cool. Nice additions to my collection and some different things as well. Things not just your regular kind of horror DVDs like I always show. But a couple of non-horror things. We've got a game, got a couple of special editions, got some Steelbooks, Blu-ray, things like that. So yeah, nice little kind of cross-section of different things. I also want to go into a couple of other little things as well during the update. 2 months, you know, it's a long time, things happen, and there's a few things that have come up and I want to discuss. And yes, so that's it. We're going to get straight into it. As I say, a few different things to talk about, so I don't want to jabber on too much, like I am already and I always do. First up, non-horror, we're going to get that out of the way like I do. Anybody that knows me, anyone that's chatted to me on any kind of level, possibly knows that I'm a big fan of Lost. You also already know that Lost is finished, it's not on anymore, but I do like to revisit it. Obviously got them all on DVD. Big fan. I'm not going to get into the whole discussion of whether it's a good show or not. It is, it's brilliant. I'm also not going to get into the discussion of whether the ending was good. It was, it's great, but I'm a big fan, and I was at a local charity shop and picked this up. This is Lost the Game, board game type deal, comes in this metal case, quite a nice piece. I picked it up for £2, so even as a display piece, I thought it looked pretty cool just with the DVDs around it as I display it on the shelf. This is why I'm going to mention the first thing. In previous updates I've sat here and I've shown the things and I've looked back and felt like I wasn't really showing it properly just because I don't have the best quality camera and sometimes the lighting with the glare and everything else isn't great. So every piece I show, everything I do, we're going to go and take a closer look. So first up, let's take a closer look at Lost. Okay, so let's have a quick closer look at this, something a little bit different, obviously non-horror, so we're going to get this out of the way first. This is something I picked up from a local charity shop and I just thought it was a nice little cool piece, and it was for £2. So even if it turned out to be terrible, thought it was worth picking up. Nice kind of steel tin. This is going to be awkward to open now. And it's basically Lost the Game. Thought it was kind of a board game, which it kind of is. I've had a rough read of the instructions and everything else. And I've kind of been online to see how to play it, and not got the best reviews, but it's all here, it's in good condition. Obviously it's been played, someone's used a money bag to rewrap these, but everything seems to be there and in working order. Not sure if I'll get around to playing it anytime soon. But yeah, just thought it'd be a nice piece, at least sat with the Lost collection up on the shelf. As I say, £2, I think it goes for about £10-15 online, if you're interested in picking it up. But yeah. Yes, back to the update. Throughout this video, hopefully we'll just take a bit of a closer look at each piece. Next up, and the second non-horror piece for this update, is something it's come down in price. It's really quite reasonable now to pick up, but still a really, really nice piece. There's plenty of unboxing videos out there, but I am gonna, as I say, we're gonna have a closer look. But this is the Scarface cigar box edition. Comes with Scarface Blu-ray Steelbook, also got the DVD in there as well, 5 art cards, a money clip, dollar bill, the green card, exclusive booklet and all them nice things. But as I say, let's take a closer look at this. Okay, so as promised, we're going to take a quick closer look at the Scarface set. This, first up, is just the sleeve that kind of wraps around the box. I've already taken everything out of the box, but it's kind of this felt lined box, nice and solid, not wood, just a wood effect made of cardboard, but still quite a nice solid thing. Inside you do get the steelbook, and if I can do this with one hand, you get the 3 discs. So you get the DVD, you also get the Blu-ray and the digital copy. There is some artwork in the back. This is going to be difficult with one hand. There's plenty of videos, people have shown this, it's been around for a long time, you can pick it up fairly reasonably now, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. There's the money clip with Tony Montana's insignia there, and a booklet that just goes through the film, giving some details and some nice pictures and everything else. Then you get this envelope, which you've all seen, something really cool, the permanent residency pass of Tony Montana. Actually pretty decent quality and looks like it could be semi-real. A banknote, which doesn't look real at all, and you get some art cards, maybe postcards, not sure what you call them. But yeah, that's a bit of a closer look. Sorry to rush, but I'm going to try and get this video up, and let's get back to the update. Plenty of goodies, really quite nice to have. Next up, I think we're going to crack into the regular editions. We're into the horror now, so from now on this is what I do best, the horror stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to go through these. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 4 regular editions, so as I say, not a massive amount, but some decent enough films, I think. First up, we've got I Sell the Dead. It's been around a little while now. Yeah, basic edition, single disc, nothing overly special, but we'll take a closer look at that in a moment with the others. Next up, one that's been raved about. It says Move Over Shaun of the Dead. Not sure, Shaun of the Dead's huge, and it's one of my favourite films, but this is Juan of the Dead, Mexican zombie apocalypse type movie. Not got around to watching it yet, I must admit. I did watch the first 10 minutes and then I had to go somewhere else, so I haven't got back to re-watching it yet, but really looking forward to seeing it finally. Next up, another one to add to the Tartanasia Extreme, and it's Ring 2. Picked up Ring fairly recently, so I had to pick that up. CAX for 75 pence. Really, really cheap. Also picked this up today. This is the Eye trilogy by the Pang brothers. Really enjoy their work visually. I think the Pang brothers do some really cool stuff. And the Eye, specifically the first one, I already had, but just thought I wanted to pick the other 2 up anyway, so I thought I might as well pick up the trilogy. It was already sealed, or it was sealed, but I've already undone it, sorry. I also want to point out, this is the trilogy which most people know. When I went away a while ago to Malaysia and Singapore, picked up a few things to bring back. While I was there, I picked up this. This is The Child's Eye. We'll take a closer look in a moment, but this is actually the 4th film. So it's not a trilogy, it's a quadrilogy. But yeah, let's take a closer look at all the regular editions. Okay, that's better. We can see these nice and clear now. Sorry about the glare at this side. Basic editions, horror films I picked up. As you've just seen, I Sell the Dead. See that a little bit closer. Nice and simple, single disc edition. Haven't actually got around to watching this. I did start watching it on Sky a while back. Got about halfway through and fell asleep. Was enjoying it, so looking forward to checking that out. Next up we have Mexican zombie apocalypse movie Juan of the Dead. Again, still haven't got around to watching this. I have such a back catalogue, big pile in the other room of things that I need to see. Really looking forward to checking this one out when I get the time as well. And next up we have Ring 2, one of the Tartanasia Extreme titles which I'm trying to collect. I picked up Ring 1, the first one, not so long ago, and saw this in CX at 75 pence, so I had to pick that one up. Also adding to the Tartanasia Extreme is the Eye trilogy, 3 films from the Pang brothers. Comes in this really simple but nice kind of slightly thicker DVD box like that with the 3 discs, obviously all on separate discs. Picked it up cheap enough. Just to show that's the Eye trilogy, I did pick this up while I went away to Singapore. This is A Child's Eye. It's actually the follow-up, so there is 4. There's the Eye trilogy that everyone knows about, but there is actually A Child's Eye, which was billed as the first 3D horror movie in Hong Kong by the Pang brothers as well, and follows on from the trilogy. So yeah, they're the basic editions that I picked up, just thought it'd be a bit better so you can see them nice and clear. Now back to the rest of the update. That's the regular editions out of the way. Next up, what's best? Let's take a look at the Steelbooks. I showed this one previously. This is American Werewolf in London, and this is the reason I want to do the closer look thing as well. I realised when I look back, I didn't really do this any justice because I was sat quite far away, you know, and you can't really see it. So we're going to take a closer look at that in a moment. We're also going to take a closer look at 2 other. These are basically the Play.com exclusives, along with Universal. Universal celebrating their 100th anniversary, so they've released a lot of films on Blu-ray Steelbooks with some new artwork and things like that. And Obviously I was mainly interested in the horror, so I picked up another couple. The first one, The Frighteners, just classic artwork, you know, that's always the picture that everyone looks at, and you've got the greenhouse on the back. As I say, we're going to take a closer look at that in a moment, so don't need to worry about that. And big favourite of mine, Shaun of the Dead, probably definitely in my top 10 films of all time. Just a huge fan, and I just think that's really good. So, once again, let's take a closer look. Okay, so a bit of a closer look at these. As I have shown before, this is the American Werewolf in London. Didn't show it particularly well in the previous video, but many people have been showing this now, sorry about the glare. So we won't really go into detail on that. There's the backing card. If you're picking it up well enough, you can pause it and have a read and see what's on there if you like. But yeah, next up we have Shaun of the Dead and The Frighteners as well. These are the Play.com exclusives. I think these are Universal 100th anniversary. Obviously not the 100th anniversary of the films, 100th anniversary of Universal themselves, and they're coming out. This is the first wave of these Steelbooks, I think they've been called. So they've basically released a certain number of films with the special edition look on Steelbook, and yeah, really nice. Let's just have a quick look. I'm not going to go into these in too much detail, but this is Shaun of the Dead. This is kind of embossed or debossed, where it's kind of punched in. It looks really nice, and obviously not going to be able to see it on camera. It's not really going to pick it up, but not going to do it justice, but it is, believe me, it's really nice. And the back as well looks pretty cool. Shame about the bit of writing at the bottom, but nothing major. I'm not a huge Steelbook snob, I just quite like some of them. Next up, and obviously this classic artwork on the front of The Frighteners there, absolutely great, always classic look, and a greenhouse, which looks pretty cool, but again, that writing at the bottom just kind of takes away from it a little bit. If you'd like to see what's on it, if you want to pause at this point, these are the backs, the covers, the slip cards, the kind of things that come over the top, which I take off and put to one side. You can always give them a look if you like. I'm going to pause it, but there are the three ones that I've got, Play.com Steelbook exclusives, onto the update. So we're getting there, got a couple of more pieces to show. You've probably already seen that in the bottom. Yeah, it's the Hellraiser puzzle box. It's the 4-disc one. I'm sure there is like a bigger one that has all the other films, but I'm only really interested in the first 3 films. For me, Clive Barker's original trilogy is Hellraiser. The others kind of throwaway films really. Picked this up, got it at a decent price. It was about £6 at CEX. Obviously used, but in fairly good condition, to say that the box itself isn't kind of the best quality really. It's not too bad, but it is a little bit flimsy, but still it's a good little collector's piece to have and looks nice on the shelf. And as we have been doing, let's take a closer look. Okay, so again, like I say, not special piece as in very rare or limited or anything like that, but something that I've wanted for a long time and happy to finally have picked up. It is second hand. I picked up from CEX. I've got number 13719 of God knows how many, to be fair. The bottom, a little bit of marks and scuffs and things. The box itself is in really good condition, to say that it's not the best quality, like everybody says. And everything's there, you can see it all nice and folded out. Let's take a look. I do have a basic edition of these films from Anchor Bay, just a regular box set, but it's always nice to have this kind of piece to sit on the shelf and it looks good. So yeah, you got Hellraiser, and then you have Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. You've got the booklet in the middle there, it's just sat on this polystyrene block that kind of holds it all together. And then at the back there, Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth, and the bonus disc. Anything beyond these 3 films, it goes downhill very quickly. I do have them, but I'm not really bothered about them, to be honest. For me, these are the real Hellraisers, the ones that Clive Barker imagined. And yeah, happy with this, really happy to have this set finally. And that's it. I'm not going to talk about it too much, everyone knows it, so back to the update. That's the Hellraiser puzzle box, and we're on to our last piece. This one is a complete bargain. I picked it up today, over the moon with it. Arrow releases, you know, a bunch of people not overly happy with them, especially in recent times. There seem to be don't know, releasing certain films that maybe don't go along with what they have in the past. For me personally, I am disappointed that they've stopped doing the Blu-rays with the slipcover with the clear plastic front, especially as I've got a bunch of them. Some of them now are, you know, they're quite rare and they're getting quite expensive. I'm happy that I've got them, but they're not bringing out any more in that kind of design, which is a bit disappointing. But they're still trying, they're still bringing out some cool things. One of the things that they brought out fairly recently, it's been talked to death, you know, you can see a bunch of these unboxings and people talking about this, obviously on YouTube, and it's the Demons 1 and 2 Steelbook. Obviously they released them separately as well, which is where you got the comic book. But these are going for £20 odd on Amazon, and I picked this up sealed. I have got the back in. I picked it up today in a shop called FOP here in the UK, and brand new and sealed for £12. And they had a few copies of it. So if you're in and around Manchester and you want to pop into FOP, I'm sure they'll go pretty quickly. There was a few on there that said £21, and then I come across this at 12, and he said, yeah, that's fine. The guy in the shop, so give me that. So really, really happy to have it. Beautiful artwork, but as I say, we're gonna take a closer look. Okay, so last but not least, we have this I picked up today for £12, brand new and sealed. I've already unsealed it just to save a bit of time. And this is a Demons 1 and 2 Steelbook Blu-ray from Arrow, limited edition. This is the backing that I've taken off. I always keep these and put them to one side. Just going through all the details there. You can probably see that, so if you want to pause it and have a read, that's where all the special features and everything are. But the main reason we're taking a look is because of this. Really nice artwork. Can't remember the name of the guy's signatures there who does the artwork or did the artwork for this particular piece. But that's the cover for Demons, and you flip it over and you get the cover for Demons 2. Both by the same guy, obviously. Really, really nice artwork. And let's try and do this again with one hand. Opening it up, you've got your two discs there, Demons and Demons 2. Booklet, which is going to be awkward now to get out without damaging it. Booklet that goes through obviously stills from the making of and from the film and some more details. Going to be nice to have a quick read of that. Also, I've noticed that Arrow release are now coming with these. You just kind of get an art card, and I was pretty happy actually to get Deep Red, which I do have. And also on the back, if it picks it up, you get kind of artwork and posters and stuff from some of the other releases from Arrow, and a bit of the artwork inside. So I can just remove these two, which is going to be even more awkward with one hand, and you get a scene from the film. So yeah, a long time since I've watched these, but really looking forward to it. Getting stuck in and watching them, especially on Blu-ray in high def. So yeah, that's the release of Demons and Demons 2 from Arrow. I know some people are not the biggest fan of Arrow, but a lot of these films I didn't own anyway, so I might as well have these editions, and to me it looks absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's it, and back to the update. Yeah, and the last thing, I'm not going to show it just yet because we're going to go and take a closer look. I'm getting tired of saying that, you're probably getting tired of hearing it. But while I was in the shop picking up the Demons Steelbook, I was talking to the guy, got into a bit of a discussion about film and things, and you know, as you do, and I asked him about a poster. There was a big poster up behind the counter, and he said, why don't you take one? You can have one. So yeah, we're going to take a closer look. Okay, so yeah, as I say, I picked up these posters. I was given these posters by the guy in the shop, and I got two of them. Same poster, but was just asking him, we got talking about horror in general, just collecting DVDs. He collects them himself, and the Arrow releases and everything else. And this was up behind the counter, and I just thought I'd ask and see where he got it from, or how to get a hold of one, and he threw two at me and said I could have them. So wasn't going to complain about that. It basically goes through a bunch of the artwork. Zombie Flesh Eaters there, the kind of newer release, and a lot of the artwork, sorry about the glare, that's been put out by Arrow with their releases. As I say, a lot of their releases kind of hit and miss with some people, but for me, as I say, a lot of these films are, you know, a great deal of the films I didn't actually own previous editions of, so, you know, I'm happy to pick up a nice edition that looks nice on Blu-ray, and I can see why, you know, if people already have it, then fair enough, don't go out and buy it. Again, but as I say, I didn't own them. Like the Demons, I didn't own, so I might as well buy it and have a nice edition of it there. So yeah, I'm not going to jabber on too much, just thought I'd show that a bit closer. I do, as I say, have another copy of this, so if anyone is interested, if it's something that you think you'd like, if you want to PM me, I don't know, maybe I can give one away or do something, I'm not sure yet, but see if anyone is interested, just give me a shout. Just put the Demons, as I say, that's the Steelbook, and a blue DVD at the bottom there, just to show you what kind of size it is. But yeah, there you go. As I say, sorry about the glare, but back to the update. The poster that the guy gave me, really, really nice of him. So that's it. That's my update for today. A few more things, if you can just bear with me for another couple of minutes. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's liked my Facebook page, The Horror Sickness on Facebook. I'm going to be a link in the description below. If you haven't, please go and check it out. I haven't been on there a little while, but I'm thinking of ideas and things that I can bring to the Facebook page. What else do I have? Also, something else that I want to talk about. This is the first time I've really mentioned it. I brought it up on Facebook. I've got about 10 subscribers to it at the moment, and there's going to be a link below. But I've started up something which I'm calling TheHorrorSicknessTV. The best way I can describe it, at the moment it's a work in progress, but the idea is that I'm trawling YouTube trying to find films. So, rare films, uncut films, films that, I don't know, people find it hard to get hold of, films that don't have releases, you know, films that have been uploaded to YouTube, not necessarily mainstream films and things, I'm not that bothered, but horror films or exploitation films, cult films, extreme films, things like that are on YouTube, full films, that I will put on this channel. So it'll be the Horror Sickness TV. As I say, you can click the link and go and see the idea at the moment. I've got a few other ideas that I might incorporate with it as well, but if you could subscribe, so I'm basically going to troll YouTube and find films for everybody to see. You've got full films on YouTube. You know, you might come across some films that you've forgotten about, or you know, you've wanted to see for a while. But yeah, it's changing. But please, if you do get the time, you've got a moment, please go and check out the Horror Sickness TV. The other thing you can do, if you like, is to, if you know of any films on YouTube, if you want to PM me the link, or if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, send me a message on there of any full-length films on YouTube that you think would be cool for the channel, and look at doing that. So yeah, that's as far as I've got with it at the moment. As I said, I've got a few more ideas that I think I might be trying in the near future with that. So got the Horror Sickness, and now the Horror Sickness TV on YouTube. Also, as I say, go check out the Horror Sickness on Facebook if you get a moment. That'd be fantastic. And that's it for my update. That's everything. Oh, my no smoking. I forgot. I was going to work out how long it's been, but I had my last cigarette on January the 28th, early this year. It was actually 8 PM, 8 or 5 PM, 8 PM. That didn't sound right, but it was 8:05 PM or 20:05. I had my last cigarette, and it's going okay. I get occasional cravings still, but nothing major, nothing that's going to make me want to go back to smoking. But yeah, there you go. Just thought I'd throw that in at the end. Thank you very much, everybody. Please rate, subscribe, blah blah blah, do all that nice things if you can be bothered, if you want to, if it's worthwhile. If not, I'll see you again, hopefully, with another update. Hopefully it will be another 2 months. And yeah, that's it. This has been the Horror Sickness. Chris, thank you to everybody for watching.